Nice. Welcome back. No, I can barely see that blue. That doesn't work. That's better. That's much better. Good evening, everyone. I cannot see the chat because I'm currently listening to music on my phone. So, if I do not respond to anything, sorry. Sorry. Da-da-da. Maybe I should turn... part of me wants to, like, just take the headphones off for people to also witness the music, the beautiful music I'm listening to right now. It's like a nice guitar, acoustic, instrumental version of Sound of Silence. But I do not want to. I'll link it down below in the description when I am done live streaming, so you too can also see it for yourself. Try to remind myself of that. Hold on. That's good. Something about guitar. I don't know. Sure. Just for later. Nailed it. Press try. Let's go. And there's an ad on the music. Ain't that just lovely? Lovely. Get out of there. Go. You're ruining the moment. Turn the acoustic guitar music back on. Okay, cool. That's good. That's fine. Trying to attempt a new art style called Don't Think Too Hard About the Line Work. Because there have been, I think there were two cases. I showed two separate people two different works of art, labeling what I made as a sketch, and both of them went like, that's a sketch. It looks completed. And that's kind of when I thought, hey, you know what, maybe I can actually get away with just not doing, you know, consistent enough line work. Like maybe there'll be some like very sketchy overlapping ones, or I don't know. Just trying to find some kind of beauty in imperfections or something with the line work. Because if people follow me on Instagram, I posted an animation, just a little test animation of her just turning her head. And that was like an animation, like I don't remember the last time I did an animation like that, but like I think it looked pretty good, and I didn't think too hard about like the line work, or at least when it came to like the hair. Because if you see in real life, hair is never like spot on. There's always just something about hair that's just imperfect and messy. And like that's what makes hair kind of cool. Okay, what's going on here? What do I do? I know what to do. Just do add something. I don't know. That's it. I don't think that did anything. I'm just gonna leave it. Just gonna leave it. It's fine. And if you are new to the live stream, I cannot see the chat because I have music playing. And yeah, just letting you know. Da, da, da. Okay, what am I doing wrong here now? What am I doing wrong here? There we go. Kind of, maybe. I don't know. You know, a few, no, not really a few, I think 15 minutes or so before I started, I wanted to redo someone's face, and I don't know, the angle just screwed me up. Like, I couldn't get it right. I was kind of like internally freaking out because I'll show you it in a second, but like, I don't know, I can get his face right. This image right here. So, you see here, there's a bit of a different direction, and I had with like this specific panel. The issue is, like, I wanted there to be some kind of, I don't know, difference from like the last image, because this whole image sequence here, it's like, you know, everyone's kind of interacting with each other in different ways, and each character gets like, you know, 2 appearances per panel. Well, most characters, but you know. And like, we already had an image of him kind of looking down, and I thought, you know, having another image of him looking down would be like, I don't know, too repetitive. But at the same time, we have, you know, she's facing the same direction. He still has the, what's it called? Profile? Yeah, profile view. I think, I don't know what profile means either. I don't know. I'm a visionary. I don't study the sciences of illustration. I have a vision, and I finagle the lines around until something makes sense. Yeah. But anyways, this angle here just seems like a bit, I'll tell you what's going on here. So he's kind of, you know, chilling, leaning on what appears to be some kind of camera thing, right? I don't know. I haven't designed the camera yet. I also haven't designed like any of the environments too, so that's something I need to do, because the environments I'm coming up with aren't the best. They could be, and I think they could be better. But anyway, he's leaning on a camera. It's kind of like and you know, he doesn't really want to be there, so he's kind of like chained there by dream magic or something, I don't know. He got into some stuff, he broke into the tower, it was a whole thing, and he's just working off the damage. Oh man, I need a script every time I freaking speak, do I? I'm thinking this image here seems a little bit too charged. It's a little bit too sexually charged. He's supposed to be a bit irritated, and he's not really looking like that. So I thought, hey, maybe I can just go back to, you know, version 1 and fix it. I couldn't get his freaking angle right. I still can't even get his nose right, I swear. I need to make some kind of 3D model in real life to actually figure out how he's supposed to look at an angle. It's just his nose. It's his nose. Nope, darn. I don't know. I need to change my angle. I'm getting too charged up thinking about it. I don't know. It just comes with more practice. I guess I'm gonna need to draw him way more than he already has been. I don't know. Anyway, I'm just focusing on him now. I'm just trying to make my way over. Yeah. Sorry for the crash out. Just... it is going to be just a wonderful and amazing day when I finally get the upward angles and, character looking down angles, all that. It's gonna be just a beautiful, beautiful day once I figure that out. I say I'm trying not to think about the line work, but a part of me still does care a little bit. Still does a little bit. Let me just get that part real quick. See, I didn't need to think about that one. I don't need to think. Who needs thinking when you can just exist? Shoot. Shoot. No, it's... No. Yeah, no. Yes. Yes. It's good. It's fine. Don't you make too much... Yeah, okay, thanks. Thank you for that. I don't know, maybe I should start live streaming at like 1 o'clock in the morning, or maybe 3 when no one is awake. Not making so much noise. I think that's just lovely. You probably can't. I don't know if you can hear it or not, but people are being people. They're doing people things. 10:20 at night, you should be in bed. You should be ashamed. You should be in bed right now. Or watching TV, just lounging on the couch. You shouldn't be active at 10:20 at night at their house. Houses are for sleeping. And at-home jobs, like what I'm trying to do right now. But then again, I was the one screaming earlier in the house, so... What kind of say do I have? I don't know. And if, once again, you are new to the stream, if there's anybody watching this, I cannot see the chat because I have music playing. I need to figure out some kind of solution for that because I want to see the chat. I want to see who's watching, if anyone's watching. People don't usually watch the live streams. I'm not entertaining enough, I guess, to be doing that. But I don't know, maybe there's like 5 people watching right now, and that's like, biggest audience that I've gotten so far. So hey, how's it going? Thank you for watching. You're sticking around this long, you must think that I am like somewhat interesting. And I'm glad. I'm glad I can entertain. Shut up in there. Stop disturbing me. Quiet down in the house. Quiet on set. screw it. I'm not worrying about line work anymore. Let it be a little lumpy. It's fabric. It doesn't need to be perfect. I think the only thing I really need to worry about is skin. Skin and bodies. Because, yeah, bodies aren't perfect, but, like, not all of them are super, super hairy or something. Humans don't really have any coats of fur, so. What am I talking about? I don't know. Just trying to speed up the process of illustrating. Because, you know, sometimes I think, like, I'm gonna be drawing these guys a lot. I already do to an extent, but, like, there will be a day, and it will be soon. Hopefully it will be soon. I've been saying that for years. But hopefully, you know, one day, there will be a day where I would spend, you know, every single hour of the day, every single hour of the workday just drawing these guys. So they need to be easy to draw. At the same time, you know, fun to draw. Which means I need to figure out the angles on everyone's faces. I'm trying not to yell too loud because there are other people in the room. But I need to figure out angles, man. Or else it's just gonna look rough. It's gonna look so rough. And I personally don't want to look back at my pride and joy and just cringe at the sight of, like, I don't know, some weird looking face that just doesn't look right. Let me try something. Oh shit, hold on. Okay, that works. You know, sometimes I would come across videos talking about independent animation. I know there was, like, a video I saw going over, like, the, I guess, common humor in independent animation. Like, it's all the same kind of humor in some way. And, like, I wish I knew what that video was, because I would also link that in the description when I am done live streaming. But it was, like, you know, the what just happened humor and, you know, kind of fourth wall break style humor, which can work, but I don't know if it's, like, every single, you know, show or such that, I don't know, like, the characters reacting with the audience or something. I don't know. And, like, I'm not bothered by it. However, if it's a common thing across independent animation, I feel like I should know that, because I don't want to be like everyone else. I want to be different. It doesn't mean I am different. I just want to be different. But I don't know. Maybe I am different, but I don't know. But, like, I want to know. Videos like that, like, to me are, you know, really, really good source material and inspiration and stuff. Because, like, the audience is, you know, the driving source of, you know, what keeps a show running, obviously, because, you know, a show does well, people watch it, make money off of it, continue making the shows, keep watching, keep making money. That's how it works. Everyone knows. Pardon. Jeez. Pardon me. Everyone knows that's how it works. Right? And, you know, when you have, like a system like that, well, I don't know. I want to drift into like another point I want to make, but I can't find a good transition, but I'm just going to say it. I think some people aren't taking full advantage of independent animation because like some people are like a bit too safe. I think I know once again like there were some videos I saw, but I don't know I don't know where they went. But, you know, I'm going to go off on Hollywood real quick. So, Hollywood, right? They're playing it safe. They're making the sequels, they're making the remakes, they're retelling stories that they know did well. Now, are they making money off of these? Yeah. Yeah, they are. Could they be making more money if they actually, you know, took some risks and not worry about what other people think? But at the same time, like, though, I think if they're really worried about what other people think, they wouldn't still be making the remakes. But I don't know, that's a whole other topic. But basically, I'm talking like story themes and plot points and humor that, I don't know, like might not slide in Hollywood or something. Now, I'm not saying like go back to Germany and preach that message, right? Or I don't know. But like, see, this is what I'm doing right now. I'm censoring myself. I'm thinking in the comedy space or in the entertainment space, I think you would draw in a lot more attention if you played it a little less safe. Like, I don't know, if you were to make, you know, an inappropriate joke on like I don't know, an adult show or something. I don't know. You're not... I know I have an argument in here somewhere. I have an argument in my brain. I've thought about this a lot. I can't seem to actually structure it properly without a script. So I apologize for anyone just watching me ramble, thinking like, what the heck is this girl talking about? I don't understand what she's saying. These are topics I'm interested in, but she is just wording them so wrong. So I'm going to ask you to just give me 1 second. Because the point I was trying to make is, I do not want the story I am making to be safe. I don't want to dance around anything. I don't want to try and censor too much. I mean, I already censor the swear words because I think it's funny. It's going to be a part of the joke, and it's going to be funny. At least I think. I don't know. Screw you. I'll do what I want. But like I don't know. I don't want to like try and, you know, shock people or like, I don't know, illustrate something illegal or something just to get a reaction. No, I want to create the story because, I don't know, like I personally enjoy consuming stuff that makes me think. Because I like watching people, I don't know, come up with theories or come up with, you know, scripts going over like a deep dive or something. I watch a lot of Minecraft ARGs. I like to think of like, you know, the mystery surrounding the universe and how it works, all that, because, you know, a lot of different religions out there, a lot of different branches of religions, no one can agree on anything. So, you know, I'm wondering if, you know, I don't know, it's just something that I like to ponder a lot. And, you know, like, there's also thoughts like, you know, why humans do the things humans do. It's also another interesting thing that I really like to think about. Like, what could drive, you know, someone who appears to be like a really good person, who's done a lot for their friends and family, to, I don't know, turn into some kind of criminal or something. Like, was that all a facade, or was there, like, some kind of deeper context that, you know, was never uncovered or something. I don't know. Do I watch true crime? Do I watch true crime documentaries? No. But sometimes there's like, one on like a cult, and I'm just interested in it. But like, no, I don't casually go out watching true crime. It's not necessarily my cup of tea. I can't consume that on a regular. But Minecraft ARGs are fine. Those are fine. I'm not gonna doubt humanity by watching Minecraft. I'll say this another time. If you are new to the live stream, I cannot see chat because I currently have music that is on. So I'll figure that out later. I know I was complaining about like independent animation and, how people are saying like the humor is very similar. I'm in full support of independent animation. Helluva Boss and Hazbin Hotel are flawed as heck, but hey, that could be me. That could be me up there. Vivian did it. I can do it too. I mean, yeah, no one's perfect, right? She could structure her story just a little bit better, but she had, 10 years to do that. And right now I'm going on maybe 3 years of trying to structure my story, and it changed a lot. And I'm actually really glad I, held off, because I don't know, if I really just jumped into it without thinking, it would have been really bad. Like, I'm actually, I don't know about that, but like, I don't know, if I went the original route, I think people would have been more disappointed and let down at the ending, because like for a while that was the thing. It was the ending that I was trying to figure out, because like the whole story centers around two people just goofing off in the dreams, and there's like a group of people that one of the characters is a part of, and they're kind of in the dream too, and stuff happens, revelations happen, all that. And I was thinking like, how am I going to end it, because that's like a make or break thing. Like people complain about endings, and like I wanted it to be like a good ending. Not in the sense like I wanted it to be like more of a bittersweet ending, but like not an ending that was gonna disappoint people. So yeah. So the ending originally changed. Like it's different from the one I was thinking about like a month ago, maybe 2. But I was still like not sure about it, because there was just a feeling in my gut. I'm also kind of going to blah 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 blah. Ugh. I'm approaching this like from an audience perspective as well as like a writing perspective too, because like I do say like I I'm trying to incorporate, a lot of my life and experiences in this, mainly because, hey, if I went through one of, like, say this experience, if I went through that experience, I'm pretty sure there are like hundreds of other people who also went through a similar experience, and that's, relatability and stuff. And like, people I knew, right? I'm not going to drag anyone's name, don't worry. I'm not that awful. I'm not South Park. I'm not going to do that. No, I'm not going to do that. Like, yeah, I'm approaching that from an audience perspective too, because, once again, oh shit. I'm losing my place. Gone fudging darn it. Look at me trying to be all deep. No, I can't say that. Get a grip. Get a grip. Stop laughing at yourself. Goodness. My whole process is very personal, right? I take some of my experiences because I'm sure there are hundreds of people who also went through that experience. Relatability. Done. What was my next point? I don't know. Oh yeah, what do I want to see in my shows? And like some people might look at me and go like, yeah, you sure you want to be doing that? You really want to incorporate, this in like and turn it into some kind of personal story? Hey, don't get me wrong. Like I know. Because, if people criticize this, you're going to think that I'm going to think that I'm going to take it personally. I'm not going to take it personally. Nothing is above criticism. I want to be criticized. I want this work to be criticized because if you tell me what I'm doing wrong, I want to be able to fix it. So I'll listen to it. Doesn't really make you right, doesn't make me wrong. It just I'll listen. I want to learn. I want to get better. I've been building this shit from the ground up for 3 years. When we were locked in the houses, I was dreaming of something. I don't know what I was dreaming about because I didn't come up with this whole concept like since it's been a while. I don't know. Some recent. I wouldn't take it all the way back to the pandemic. But, just gave me a lot of time to really think about, like, okay, what do I want to do? What do I want to be remembered for? Pardon, jeez. I want to be remembered for this. And maybe after this, I'll conquer Hollywood or something. I don't know. So yeah, I'm looking at this from an audience perspective too. And, personally, like the ending, it's not really what I want to see as an audience. And I don't think it also works for like a writing perspective. But I guess it really depends on like what kind of reaction you want to get out of your audience. Like, do you want them, at moments, do you want them to be uncomfortable? Do you want them, to feel hopeful or something? Well, the first step to both of those is tell it with visuals and trust that your audience is smart enough to figure it out. Because that's another thing. Like, I think, another thing with like people and like movies and shows, independent or not, don't completely trust the audience to like try and figure it out themselves. Like they would announce their plans but I don't know, that's also like an art too. It's making sure that you're showing and telling enough I don't know. Gone fudging dark. What's happening here? What's going on? Something doesn't look right. That's not right. Okay, that's better. Yeah, that's another art that I'm kind of figuring out too. It's pacing. But I think as long as I have character development too, like I'm not just putting characters with like tropes and, I don't know, releasing them into the wild. It's not really that kind of show. No, that's something else. That's something different. It's not that kind of story. There we go. You know, a part of me does kind of hope that, you know, this story in the graphic novel form gets popular enough that, you know, maybe people do want to see it as like a TV show. I would say heck no, but I have another idea. Maybe even better. Maybe actually fits into a TV show setting. And that would be a spin-off. I have a backup plan. Because that's what happens when you're stuck with something for 3 years. You start developing, you know, what if this thing happens, and then what do I do when this scenario comes up? Like, you plan for things. And my plan is, okay, if anyone ever approaches me for a TV show, they're not getting the original stuff because that's mine. It's meant to be comic related. It's not meant to be a show. However, there's gone fudging. Darn it! What's happening here? Okay. Sorry, I need to focus. Sometimes I can't just focus. I can't draw and talk at the same time. It just can't. It doesn't work that way. But anyway, basically what I'm trying to say is I have plans for a spin-off. And it's going to be about the antagonists running a talk show. It's going to be a little bit more adult, but it's going to be tasteful. It's going to be a mature, but also comedy, right? It's going to be a mature comedy about, I don't know, people running a talk show, and there's covering up something too. I don't know. But either way, like if any Hollywood personality comes in and wants to, you know, turn this into an actual animation, I have rules. I'm not just going to hand it off to someone who I don't trust. I'm going to be in that studio making decisions alongside you. I'm not going to give my characters to you and then flanderize them. And then turn my mature and deep story into something for children because the characters are all colorful and fun and stuff. Like, no, I've seen that happen. I've seen it happen. It doesn't last. The show I'm talking about got canceled. You know, I will go off on this. I'll tell you a story. And try and calm down. Yeah. Okay. So, like, back in my teen years, right, there, I had, like, my all-time favorite graphic novel was Cleopatra in Space. Now, looking back at the story, it's actually a really cool story. It's got an interesting premise, interesting threat. It's real cool, right? It's about a 15-year-old Cleopatra that gets transported many years into the future and is the savior of the galaxy. And, you know, yeah, it's cool. It's great. It was my favorite book as a tween, and I was really, really annoying about it. I'm not kidding. I was annoying. So I apologize for anyone who may be watching who have witnessed me through that phase. If you're still sticking by me today, I thank you, and I am so, so sorry. But anyway, it is a great series, and I do recommend you checking it out. Now, I don't remember how old I was, but I think in 2019, I think. Give or take, 2019, 2018, something. I don't know. But I found out that there was a show about it. And, this was back when, I was always, excited because, any book my mom would read, I would, wonder, hey, did they ever make it into, a movie or something? I can watch a book, right? So it was a cool little idea in my little brain. Now, the show itself. Oh boy, the show itself. Whew. I don't even know where to begin. It was fun at first. I think the first episode was fine. It changed a few things, but it wasn't that big of a deal. They changed characters, appearances, origins, or I don't know. It's not a big deal. Not a big deal. People change things from the source material for many different reasons. Maybe it's, I don't know. They change it for many different reasons. Not a big deal. Okay, moving on. It was a good first part. There was a little bit of toilet humor, but, I think it was pretty tasteful and well done. I think looking back to it, it is still funny. But then, then we get to, I'm trying to remember this at the top of my head because it's been a while since I actually watched it. But in short, the toilet humor became less and less tasteful and just annoying. It's number one. Number two, okay. I don't know. More character complaints. In the original book, there was an army of aliens that are trying to conquer the galaxy, right? DreamWorks, because it was DreamWorks that made it into one of their crappy 2D shows based on their movies, you know what I'm talking about. They turned them into robots. The reason that bothers me, and I know, because I know, I can only imagine, I guess, because I don't know, I wasn't there. I'm thinking okay, you only did that so you can keep your YTV7 rating, right? For kids. So, less violence. They can't be aliens. We can't have our protagonists beating up aliens and kicking ass. No, they need to be robots. So, once again, that's one of the things, okay, sure, aliens, robots, it's still the future, it's still war, right? People lost their lives in war, right? I don't know. Because, in the story, there are characters who were orphaned by the war, right? This is piss. I remember this ticking me off so bad. So bad. So two characters. Right. I'm going to try my best not to spoil it because once again, the book is great. The book is great and it deserved better. It deserved better. It was also more so for teenagers than children. I don't know. It was kid friendly, sure, but you know, you can still enjoy it as a teenager. I enjoyed it as a teenager, and I still do. But DreamWorks. Well, basically in the TV show, there is a love interest that is basically a combination of two characters who were orphaned, parents dead. That's what it means. I don't care about spoiling the show because the show sucks, right? His parents aren't dead. The love interest parents, who is a combination of two characters who were actually orphaned, right? His parents are alive. They were not killed. And, you know, and you might be thinking, like, well, okay, like, some people in Hollywood and studios, like, they change things just to make the story better. I think if you're talking about a story about a war, there should be death, right? Because that's what war is. It's killing, right? People die. Whereas, I don't know, the emotional weight really happened, like, at the very, very end of the show. The show got canceled, too, so they can't even finish it off. They ended it on what was basically the end of book 5. There are 6 books. The show only gets up to, like, book 5, and then they just stop. Which, just finish it. Just finish the job. Can't you just do one thing right besides the one episode? So yeah, I don't know. But one memory that actually continues to make me laugh during this day. So the show was, like, made in, you know, the very late 2010s, right? Like, before the pandemic. So, I watched the show and I noticed that there was something off. Like, it would go episode 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and I was like, wait a minute. What the heck is this? Why is there an episode missing? Did someone mix up the counter on that? What the heck? You ready for this? Okay. At one point, I think maybe 2022 maybe, or 23. I don't know. The episode was added back on. Added right back on to Peacock, because that's what I was watching, using it. And the episode was called Quarantine. Yeah, I'll give you a moment to, like, process that. So, they removed an episode called Quarantine during the pandemic. I just thought that was really funny. So, I think the whole thing was, like, she got sick. Cleopatra got sick, and I don't know, it's one of those things where, like, I guess, you know, ancient disease, now it's back or something. I don't know. Dormant virus and all that. We need to quarantine you. And, you know, it's important to quarantine. And, I don't know, there was, like, I think I remember, like, a phone charger joke. Fudge, what is wrong with... Okay, we're back to this. I'm gonna talk about you later. Okay. Well, no, we're back. We're good. Freaking pencil, man, I swear. Just sometimes it does that. But, like, there was a joke in there, I thought it was funny. It was, like, asking for a phone charger. Like, I don't know, you're bedridden. All you can do is just scroll on your phone and it's out of battery and you need a phone charger and you can't move anywhere. That was funny. Some of the jokes were funny. I'll give it that. But Don Fudge and darn it, that series deserved better. DreamWorks couldn't have at least, you know, finished the job, finished the story. I don't know. Hold on. Let me look that up. Did they actually? I don't think they did. Did DreamWorks finish the Cleopatra in Space show? Did it? Oh, okay. Across 3 okay. It says it. What's... Okay, no, that's confusing. It said they finished it, but I don't think... Did the show Cleopatra in Space get canceled? Am I spreading... Oh, no, I'm not spreading false information. Yes, Cleopatra in Space concluded after its initial run and did not return for a third... Wait. No, I'm confused. Freaking AI search, man. It doesn't... Is the show truly... I don't know. Okay, hold on a second. What the heck is this? I'm going down a rabbit hole right now. Hold on. Five years ago. Officially has a premiere date. Season 3. I don't know. I'll check that out later. But yeah, in conclusion, the show sucked. The original book is better. Yeah. Yup. And I am growing a little bit impatient with this drawing because I've just been sitting here yapping my ass off. It doesn't even make sense. It should be yapping my tongue off because I'm the one talking and not drawing. I don't know. Whatever. Just trying to cover up the hands. Almost made a joke there. I didn't. I'm gonna pat myself on the back. Nice restraint. I'm sure there were some points that I forgot to make during that tangent. I'm gonna turn on the chat. I'm not watching any music. I'm not listening to any music. I'm just gonna turn this on. 0 people watching. Whoopee! I am by myself. Ain't that just peachy? You know, I don't know what it is, but I just can't draw in front of an audience. No matter what I do. I just can't do it. It's not in my programming. I don't know what it is. I don't know why. Going back to what I said before. It is literally just me envisioning something, finagling the lines, and hoping everything works out. Yeah. I'm just a bit self-conscious, okay? I'm a little bit self-conscious. A little bit. Even though I really don't have anything to be self-conscious about, except maybe that. I don't know. I swear people are gonna think I have a thing for feet afterward. Oh, that is a joke that I'll make to myself. Inside joke. Inside joke amongst me, myself, and I. Because I don't have anybody to talk to. Except for myself. But that's lead to some pretty cool ideas for, I don't know, scripts and stuff. It really is sad, though. I can spend 2 hours of my time going off on a tangent, just talking about, I don't know, whatever the heck, and drawing whatever the heck. I can write whole scripts. I did write one, wrote a rough script maybe last night or the night before. I'll tell you what it is in a moment. But, like, I just can't seem to actually write what I'm supposed to be writing. That's the price of having a free spirit or something. I don't know what I was trying to do with that. I don't know what I was trying to do with this. I'll fix it later. You know what? Success! Progress! It's been an hour. And this is all I've got. It started off with this. This is it. I don't know. I'll keep going a little bit. You know what? Maybe I should, because this isn't working. Oh, I'll still have to draw her out. I'll draw her from a different angle. This time I'm not even going to try and focus too hard about the line work. I'll just sketch it. Okay, I'm thinking a little bit. I want to have some kind of thought process behind my line work and some thoughtfulness. Lines deserve love too. It's not just the shading and lighting. The shading and lighting really does me favors. I think from what I noticed, like the shading and lighting and stuff, like it just makes whatever I draw so much better. Probably because it's just hiding the imperfections. Because it's kind of like how mine how my mind works. See, it was hard to say. Cut me some slack. It's, you can have like this busted looking 3D model on like a TV show, but if you have like, good shading and lighting, like I wouldn't care. I would still think it was the most beautiful thing ever. That's my weakness. Shading and lighting. Yep. This is another thing I need to work on. It's freaking upward angles. I just can't do them. I can't do them. Maybe I should try and live stream like the shading and stuff, because I think I can actually do that much faster and people would actually have something pretty to look at instead of just, sketchy lines and stuff. That'd be better. So I don't know, maybe this is the last live stream you'll get with me just, I don't know, working on the lines. Yeah. I'm excited for fall to restart. It's been kind of a boring summer. Just ordinary. Just ordinary summer. I mean, I did complete something, so there's that. Hopefully in maybe a month or so. I mean, like, it's out of my hands now, so like hopefully in a month you'll get to see it. Once again, out of my hands, so yeah, we'll see. Be cool though. I'm excited for fall too. Fall's gonna be freaking badass. At least I hope so. I hope it'll be badass. Didn't bust my ass since January for fall not to be badass. Yeah. Keep referring back to my ass. Because I don't bust my ass while I draw. I bust my fingers. My back, but not my ass. My ass just gets to relax. Doesn't get busted. It's never busted. I swear, the talent just leaves me. The skill leaves me every time I live stream. Well, it's been almost an hour. Well, actually, no, it's been over an hour. I'm gonna goof around with AI. I'm gonna try and maybe fix up my drawing. I'll just, Okay. Yay, I completed it. Oh, God. Okay. Well, thank you, everybody, so much for watching. Have an awesome day/night. See you next time.